Alright, Michael, I have one of your quads is done. The other one is almost done, but I thought I would do a two-part video, so I'd show one of them in one part and the other one in the other part. I just finished this one. Well, it's not completely finished. I am going to do a couple more things, like I'm going to conformal coat the motor wires, the solder joints. Put on a battery strap. I don't think you've sent any, but I have a ton of them. Well, I did have a lot more than this, but I got rid of about 50 of them. And then this thing was empty, and then now it has this many again, like probably a month later or something. So yeah, I'll give you one of these ones to my favorite store. So yeah, you got your Emax, what are they, 2205, 2300 kV motors, the red bottoms, pretty awesome motors. Some people might say they're old school, but they work just fine, and they put out a shitload of power, so nothing wrong with that. You got some a little bit older ESCs. Haven't seen these for a long time. They are the ZTW Spider 20 amp HV Pros. They're fairly old, but they are going to work just fine as well. Your flight controller is not so old, and it's pretty good. I actually haven't really messed with one of these before, besides like the Josh Bardwell F4. His is pretty much the same as this. Is the CL Racing F4. All in one, and it's a pretty good flight controller. I like it. I didn't even look at what the VTX was. I didn't want to take it off. It says the Racer V2 FPV Ninjas. Oh, I've seen that before. So it's probably a rebrand of, yeah, the TX5823 Eachine. So that's a pretty good VTX. A little bit older as well, but just like everything else, it's gonna work just fine. So I got smart port hooked up, free receiver. Oh, and the receiver is the XSR M, which I have never seen before either. This is a newer receiver, not that new, but I never got one. The reason I never got one is because, you know, I do build a lot of micros and stuff, and it is good for micros, but I really wish that they would have made the hole spacing 20 by 20. That would have been awesome, but I think it's like 16 or something. The actual size of the board is 20 by 20, and then the holes are in some, you know. So anyway, enough about that. Oh, and then I'm going to zip tie the antennas up, of course, the receiver antennas. I'll zip tie them up here, probably right here or something. I already have it bound up to my radio, so let me show you it arming, and then I'll show you the video. I'll show you what I've done with the other quad so far, and then I will do the part 2, finishing up with the other quad. So let me plug in a battery, and I will show you the video real quick on here. The OSD is working just fine. You can set it up however you would like it. As you can see, there's nothing on it because I just got done updating the flight controller to 3.3.1, and on 3.3.1 you have to actually turn on the things that you want in your OSD. But it should show something if I disarm. Let me see. Oops. Made a screw go flying. Yeah, see, there it is. Everything's showing up when you disarm. So anyway, here it is armed. Motors sound good, nice and smooth. So yeah, it's looking good. Oh, I guess I could have showed you the video while I was revving it up. Crystal clear. I mean, there is no lines whatsoever, not even the slightest hint of a line. It's just, it could possibly be the clearest video feed that I've ever seen. It's crazy. I mean, just look at that. It's just perfect. Alright, enough of that. So you can see all the motors are working, they're spinning the right way, the video feed's working good, everything is good to go on this. The only thing that you have to do when you get it is bind it up, and I'm sure you know how to bind, but if you don't, you know, you set up a new model in your radio, set it to D16 mode, and then you don't even need anything because the button's right here. So you push this button on top of the receiver here, hold it down while you're plugging in the battery, and then wait a couple seconds after you plug in the battery, then let go of that button, then wait a few more seconds, and then push the bind button again on your radio, and it's bound. And the way that you'll know that it's bound is if you exit to your main screen, you'll see right there. Oh, I'm too close now to it, so if I move away, see the telemetry came back, and it's right, sorry, it's right there. So that's how you'll know that you're bound, is that signal bar will show up. So yeah, that's about it. I don't even know what frame this is, but it's a pretty cool frame. I like it. So yeah, besides zip tying up the antennas, this thing's good to go. Let me grab the other quad real fast. I'm almost done with that one as well. The only thing left to do on this one is hook up the VTX and the receiver. Yeah, and that's it. So same flight controller, same motors, same ESCs, different camera though, and VTX. We got the Matek. I really like this VTX as well. Pretty good one. And then you got the UFL connector on that, and I saw that you had added this. Well, I swapped it out for mine because to make it shorter, because you had one that was like super, it was like out to here and shit. It was a little bit too long, so I swapped it out for this one, so that way when it's in here, and I'm gonna add the same thing as the other. See, on this one you have that thing that keeps the antenna, I mean it makes the antenna be able to bend over and stuff. Actually, I swapped yours out. Yours was different color. Yours was red, I think. So I swapped it out for black so that it would match a little bit better. But yeah, these things are pretty awesome. How it just bends down. I mean, it's going to be so hard to break that antenna. But I have another one of these. Let me see. Yeah, I'll throw another black one on here for this. So it'll come out like here. Yeah, that'll be way better. Alright, so I'll get started on this. I'll probably be finished with it later today or something. So, alright, thanks Michael. I'll talk to you soon.